ponder, but to write. I love it so much, and my one and only dream is to become a writer. I write because I have these growing pains that live inside of me, a shadow that continues to follow me, a mind filled with chaotic thoughts that cannot be contained. I believe that a symphony of words can change one's perception of the world. Words are my most powerful tool. They can change one's outlook, one's way of life, so I shall continue to write because it's my only way of expressing my tumultuous thoughts. I am a lonely pilgrim who is not only searching for enlightenment, but searching to find the true meaning of her life. While I have embarked on this journey, I have begun to understand how you must appreciate nature. As I have sat here in serenity, I have learned to cherish the stillness of the greenery that is stood in front of me. I have learned to cherish the sound of chirping birds. I have learned to treasure the fanciful trees that rustle in the wind and the miniature insects that lurk within them. It is calm, it is harmonious. The park brings me peace. The abbey brings me peace. Nature brings me peace.
1898. Autumn unfurled the faintly browning trees around me as I curled open, the leaves surrounding me shaking the breeze and back as the golden sun beamed out of the clouds upon me. Condensed water droplets splashed on the green arid head of mine. I was translucent as the finest paper. Below me were brown crispy leaves that lay there and waited to be reincarnated. The sound of the leaves rustling was heard each time as the light breeze hit. Right next to the branch I'm on sits a little bird in a bold cap of white feathers and a tiny orange beak. The chorus of birds tweets as rich as a sweet symphony. Through the park travels a lake surrounded by greenery. Behind the rocks that were stacked and covered in algae were red, orange and yellow fish darting back and forth. Beyond the lake lies a playground that was recently built. Park sunshine transformed happiness in families, laughter of children and the wings of butterflies. The sun-coloured daisies, vivid purple lilies, carrot-tinted hydrangeas and cotton candy pink hyacinths bloom as the gardeners pour water over them. As I sway in the breeze like always, in the corner of my eye I hear milk-white soft-feathered ducks quack and battle for the leftover bird being thrown at them by an elderly couple. The sound of metal rubbing together can be heard when children rock on the swing gently.
Trewone was amazing. The kids no longer looked at me strangely. I actually had fun. No longer cared how people saw me, instead showing everyone the real me. No longer trapped in myself, no longer able to talk. Muted by my fear and frustrations, Trewone was different to school. As I stared out into the fields, listening to the trees rustling in the gentle wind, it made me happy. It was open and wild and I was free. Free from the noise of the children and free from the stress of, well, everything. I could finally rest, breathe and enjoy the upcoming events. At the Year 6 farewell ceremony, awards were given out for the achievements, from the best sports person to the most punctual. My thoughts of sadness for leaving were equal to the feeling of excitement for the next chapter. As my name was called out, Trey Keenan, I hesitated and stood with confusion. Trey receives the St. Peter's Spirit of Trewone Award. I was again unable to speak, muted once more, but this time overwhelmed by pride.
When you invite over your little cousin who lives far away, when she walks into your room taking in the surroundings, when she gasps and comments on the collection of medals you have hanging on your wardrobe handle, taking them in her hands, admiring their glimmer, she asks, "When did you get these?" And at first you're annoyed by the questions. You're trying to rest and the last thing you want is a little child asking you questions. But when you stop to ponder for an answer, you think, when did I get these? Drawing a blank, but suddenly more interested than beforehand. You remember those early stages of your life. You recall how lucky you were to school where you schooled, to be taught by those teachers, to have befriended those friends. And you start to notice those previously ignored medals, staying up until ungodly hours, organising them by colour. After a while, realising that a chronological order would be more efficient, thinking that would suffice, then realising that some medals weren't dated, that some ribbons are softer than others, or more vivid in colour, or that some were too intricately designed, that the numerous special awards can't be categorised by whether in which they are bronze, gold or silver. nor can they be categorized in order of importance. They all played a part in making me who I am. In a way, giving a definition to the name Rachel.
A vast autumn. How the leaves that bloomed, that the golden brown has consumed, when the summer rain drains to the bottom, now we are getting ready for the autumn. The ground goes from brown and muddy to turn so leaf-filled and more crunchy. Strolling from Parslows to Central to Valence, making my way through the best season for balance. Maybe taking things too literally, but these memories aren't completely making sense since the places keep changing and new people to meet. Maybe putting the pieces together, changing from season to weather. I may not be that clever, but I hope for this autumn to stay forever.
The trials we take and the people that we meet is what define us. We look towards to the future, but the past is just as interesting to acknowledge. The labours people have, the downfalls and the sadness is what makes us human.
Think about it as a statuette. The people we meet imprint on us, make us whole, and add to who we are now. Renewal can only happen through this fluid process of change and stability.
Life was drab and pointless until I met my friends. I feel much more accepted and loved because of them. My friends gave me the freedom to be myself, which allowed me to feel less lonely. The memories that we shared with my friends were a blessing to me. I would never exchange the good times for anything else. My confidence in myself increased and I stopped caring what others thought about me. It has taken me some time to discover where I belong, but I've discovered the real me now.
I entered a frenzy of sadness and anxiety and just overall nihilism. I felt life was meaningless, but my friends helped me through it. They supported me, made me feel better, and suddenly things felt better. They were my confidants and the people I needed at the time. They cured me of my depression, and for that I am truly grateful.
Mathieu could no longer see what the people around him were doing, and the whole world went silent. All he could focus on was the sight of Axel being rolled on a stretcher. Mathieu started having flashbacks of what just happened. He could hear the bang of the gun ringing in his ear. He could smell the burning of the bullet making his nose tingle. He could see the whole world going black as he fainted onto the ground next to the one person who said he would never leave him, in this world or the next. It's been an hour since they arrived at the hospital, and Mathieu couldn't help but pace around in the waiting room, waiting for the news. "Mathieu Boot, please go to room 63, the sound of the speaker echoed. Mathieu jumped from where he was sitting and ran to the room. Once he opened the door, the doctors didn't have to say anything. Mathieu could feel the bad atmosphere around him. The way the doctor stood still said it all. It was like experiencing his lover's death all over again.
I breathe some deep breaths while my eyes are closed, focusing on the sounds I've heard, the things I've seen, and the breeze that gently taps my face. The commotion I've created in my brain continues. I focus on each point one by one, trying to gain some clarity. Laughter, playing, leaves, trees, breeze. You helped me open my mind and be free, even though you weren't here with me. I wish I could pay you back instantly. Playing, leaves, trees, breeze. Leaves, trees, breeze. Trees, breeze, breeze. My head is clear. There is no longer a cluster of thoughts swirling around. I know how to get out. I am no longer lost. I am free from the chains I restrained myself with. I have decided to break free. You will still be in my heart. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm glad we met. I'm glad we were best friends. I hope you will stay with me until the end, as you said you would. Just as summer must end, so has this period of me having to depend on you, my friend.
Barking. What is Barking? Barking is an enormous town in a strange world. The cold breeze blows all my sadness fades away. The birds chirps in their beautiful voices, and the trees gives me their peaceful shadow. The sky is ablaze with the fire of setting sun. My emotions change whenever the sky changes its color. The waves of the sea feel like a soft blanket. The brownish leaves on the ground, hit together by the gathering wind, creates an welcoming atmosphere. The earthy smells opens my nostrils and allows me to absorb it in me. Nature is my best friend because it never tells my secret to anyone. When I caught up in the natural beauty of the earth, I rid myself of any distraction and feel higher level of satisfaction and gratitude for what is happening. Nature also expresses her feelings. When she is angry, she throws lightning. When she is happy, she enlightens us with warmth and bright sunshine. So please don't spoil this nature, because she's always give us something, but we never except of litter and pollution. I request all of you to please treat this nature with care and love.
Haha, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Change. Yes, it's changed. I'm feeling different. I feel the flowers grow into something beautiful. The pain warned me, the pain taught me, the pain cleaned me, the pain made me independent, the pain made me strong, the pain made me unstoppable. I'm not ashamed anymore. I want to be proud. Killing with kindness, they say. Smile if it's real or fake. To be fair, I'm very good at it. Fear holds me back still, but I fight through it because I'm a fighter. Hope is still there, somewhere. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to stand up. It's never too late to try. It's never too late to be you. Be strong even if you don't feel like it, because someday you'll understand my reasoning. It's not just a story, it's my life.
The scent of soaking wet grass, with a hint of delicate roses hovering in the air. As you start to sink in with the beauty of nature, slowly focus on the hypnotic tunes of the birds chirping around you, glistening diamonds placed in the crystal clear water. As I glide my hand across the soft feathers of the swan, you can feel the warmth of his breath.
Green. After the night, I didn't want to let go of that yellow I still had in me. I wanted to expand it, but I just didn't know how to do it. So, I did the only thing that came to my mind, and that was remember the reason my filter was yellow in the first place. The happiness I felt when seeing new people and gaining the sense of adapting no matter the situation. In the past, I had experienced new things, and not once did I care to think about what was wrong. Replaying my filter change, I moved on to black and blue. It would be no good letting those colours hold me down. Instead, I accepted them with open arms, as these colours helped me grow into who I am today. I just paid too much attention to the negatives instead of the positives. That's when my filter transformed into a fresh green. Yellow, appreciating the little things in life and the people I have around me. Blue, letting out the sadness instead of bottling it up. Black, assuring myself that it's okay to fear the future. Now green,
not forgetting who I truly am, no matter what the future holds.